Hey cruising crew, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Holly, behind the camera is Andrew, and today we are sailing on Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. Today we're going to be giving you a full tour of cabin 12046A. They have pretty long cabin numbers here. 12 means the 12th deck, A means it's on the port side, and we are all the way at the aft of the ship, which means we have a really great view from our balcony. But first we're going to show you around our stateroom. So when you first walk in, there is a closet on the side. It doesn't actually have any doors, so it has like this to kind of open and close it. But one really neat feature inside the closet are these little buttons. When we first got on board, our cabin attendant came in, gave us a lot of different details about the ship, but one thing she mentioned is this box inside our closet. So there's two buttons. The first one turns red, which basically means do not disturb. Other one, which I'm not going to press right now, calls for service. So they do a daily cleaning, refresh of towels, all of those different things, and whenever you're ready to have that, you press the button. There's also some light switches in here. Okay, that's the main one. And no idea what that one does. So there's a good amount of hanging space in here. Looks like about 10 hangers. I probably should have brought some more since we're going to be on board for a week, but I have a feeling we can request extras. There's also this storage, so they've got this nice place that you can put your suitcase on top if you want. And then there's these like drawers that you can put stuff in. So a pretty good layout, and then there's a decent amount of space on the floor so you can put shoes or store your suitcases like we are right now. But in addition to all of this, there's actually like a dresser as well. So within the cabinet, they have our life jackets up at the top. There are pool towels. Let's see. So you bring these to the pool. We've already walked around the pool and I did see extra towels up there in case you forget them. There's a safe. There's a magician's bag. Hair dryer, and then about 4 drawers. They're pretty like squatty, but you can fit a lot of stuff in here. So you've got 4 drawers and then a little bit more storage on the bottom. So a good amount of space here. And then above all of this, there is some extra storage up here. So anything that might be easy to grab, you can leave up at the top. Feels like a pretty good space. Not a whole lot of place to put folded clothes. Like I said, there's just those few drawers, but a good amount of hanging space and storage down here as well. On the other side, opposite of the closet, is the bathroom. So let's go in there and check it out. You've got your light switch here for the bathroom. It's pretty small, so we'll figure out how to do this here. Definitely only big enough for one person. So you've got a toilet, normal, but the toilet is like a really weird shape. I don't know, it's very long, which takes up a lot of space on a cruise ship, but it's nice. You've got towels. They've got glasses in here. They have special towels for makeup, so when you're taking your makeup off, you're not like ruining all of the nice white towels. A good size sink. They've got tissues, basically everything you would need. And then a really nice walk-in shower. It's got a glass door, and it looks like you've got body wash, conditioner, and shampoo all provided by Virgin, so I bet it smells really nice. The hand soap in here smells amazing. Here, let's see the size of the shower. A little hard to get into. It's pretty good size. We've got one of these and a waterfall shower. There is a little bit of a lip in and out of the shower, so be careful not to trip on it, but it's a really nice way to make sure you're not going to flood the bathroom. Let's go check out the rest of the room. Turn the light off. Okay, so these rooms, like I said, are pretty spacious. They feel very open. You've got this really nice bed, so it's made up as a bed when we came in. But a really neat feature of the Virgin ships is that you can have your bed made up into actually a couch, which during the daytime is going to save you a lot of space. It's a nice place to lounge. It does mean that when it's made up into a bed, there's actually a platform that's kind of just in the middle of the room, but it's a good place for storage or, you know, just getting some stuff out of the way. Really nice bed, really cute pillows. They've got a lot of these like storage, wooden storage features for all of your stuff. I've seen a few plugs. There's a regular plug and 2 USBs over here, so we'll see if there are any other ones. They also leave this like nice throw blanket on your bed when you first come in, and it says freshly laundered, which is great because I always feel like the things they put on the end of cruise ship beds never get washed, or like at a hotel, I feel like they never get washed. So it's really nice that they have this here. They make a point to tell you it's been cleaned, which is fantastic. One other feature on this side of the bedroom is there are 2 hooks up here, which is great for drying clothes. And there are buttons to control more of the lights over here. So let's see. Okay, so one controls this light, and the other one controls the main light. So that's the second place you can turn the main lights on and off. I really like this kind of lighting. It's a little bit more of like a mood lighting. It's nice when you're hanging out in the room, but you don't just want like all of the lights on. I really like all of the different features and like finishes they've used in these rooms. It's a lot of natural wood, which I've noticed kind of all over the ship. It just makes it feel a little bit more homey. They've got it behind the bed too. And then of course this huge screen TV, flat screen TV. We just watched the safety video and it is like a legit music video. We'll put some footage here. It's wild, but I think I got the gist that if something were to happen, go out to the lifeboats.
Now let's just pretend there's been a real incident. The alarm will keep blaring, the crew will be wearing their life jackets. To their emergency station. You'll be instructed to return to your cabin to get life jackets, warm clothes, and medication.
So as you move through the room, this part is a little bit skinny, but it opens up into like a pretty good size on this side. So they have another wooden like desk almost. This is a really nice feature to have next to the bed. You can use it for your Kindle, your phone. You can even use it to eat off of, drink off of, whatever you might need. Just a little bit of extra storage, but it doesn't take up a whole lot of space like a full table would. But speaking of taking up space, this is what I was talking about before. This is where they're gonna have like the edge of the couch if you have it set up like a couch, but right now, I mean, I guess you could sit here. It's not super comfortable, but it does take up like a good amount of space in the room, and then you can't necessarily use it for storage if you're going to ask them to turn it into a couch, because then they would need to move everything. We're going to ask them to set our bed up like a couch at least one day just to see what it looks like, so we'll add a little bit of footage from that here. Hopefully they use this. If not, this needs to be moved out of the room because it's kind of in the way. I think the best use for it would be for your suitcase, but of course if they're gonna make it up into a couch and it does use this, then you can't really use it for anything. Got a few more light switches next to the bed. Okay, so these two control the same thing, and I just noticed that one controls this lamp over here, so we'll get there in a second. But it's pretty nice that you can control all of the lights from bed on either side of the bed, so if one of you falls asleep first, the other one can turn all the lights off without having to get up. Speaking of lights, there are these really interesting nautical lights above the bed that are like a little flip switch. So we've got 3 of them. Again, just additional lighting in the room so that you don't have to have all the lights on. It's pretty bright in here during the day because we are in a balcony cabin and the sun is so bright, but if it's not a balcony cabin or if it's not a sunny day, you might want to utilize those. Okay, so Andrew just pointed down to the platform I was sitting on. We think it might have storage under there, so let's see. Feels pretty heavy though. Oh. Well, there's an extra blanket, which I don't think it's actually heavy. I think this was just getting smushed in there a little bit. But that's really nice. So there is extra storage under here. And I wonder, it doesn't feel like the 2 under the bed open. I thought maybe they would in case when you have it set up like a couch, you could put stuff in there, but looks like only this one's gonna open. Again, a nice place for extra storage, and there is an extra blanket if you need it. Across from the bed is a nice desk. This is a pretty good sized desk with a really nice mirror above it. Just this like iridescent touch around the mirror. You're gonna see that all over the ship, especially in the like stairs and elevator area. So it's just really nice touches that go throughout the whole ship. This is the lamp I was talking about that is controlled over there or here. Kind of looks like a mushroom. And when you first get on board, there's going to be a bunch of papers in your room. So there is an itinerary of the day. It's got different hours, and it also has like each port's time. So for our 7-night cruise, it's got all 7 days of like what time we have to be back on the ship, which is excellent. We also had paperwork for the Virgin Voyages Sailing Club. They call it the Deep Blue Extras. We were able to status match from Celebrity, which means that we were automatically given status without ever sailing on Virgin. It gives us a lot of good benefits like free coffee every day, priority boarding today, which was fantastic. We not only arrived early, but we were able to skip the whole line, premium Wi-Fi, some exclusive events on board, some laundry, so that's really great. It's only one per cabin, so like even though we're both status, most items are just for the cabin, but that's okay because it's more than enough for us, and we got it for absolutely free, which is fantastic. And then they have these tablets, which we have not started using yet. So the first thing it's asking us right now is, have we done the safety video? It's asking who has watched it. So I'll go ahead and click. Andrew watched it, Holly watched it, we've watched it, and we're all set. So I believe this like operates most of the things in the room. Maybe we'll do a little tutorial on it. I know that we are able to call for services from here, and it is what turned on the TV. So, but it looks like there are some other things too. Maybe this is how we can control the lights and the curtains in the cabin. So pretty interesting. I'll be interested to see how it works. Below the desk, this is where your seat is gonna be for the desk. Ooh, it's heavy. You guys know cruise furniture has to be heavy because you don't want it sliding around if there's big waves. You've got a very small trash and recycling under here. There is also one in the bathroom. And then next to the desk, we've got a little bit of storage here and a mini fridge with some more of that nice wood, which I love.
Ahoy, sailors! Our assembly stations are now open for check-in. At your leisure, please make your way to your assembly station.
It also took me squatting down here to realize there are more plugs underneath the tablet, which does make sense because it started charging as soon as I plugged it in. But there are 2 more US outlets and 1 European, or I guess maybe a lot of different things fit in there. And then 2 USBs, although one is used to charge the tablet. You probably don't want to unplug that because then if your tablet dies, there are a lot of things in the room that you won't be able to control. A few more features. So we've got a telephone, emergency, medical, or sailor services are the only 3 buttons on it. So really, I think that's in case of emergencies. Probably don't need to call anyone. You can probably do room-to-room calling, although I'm not positive about that. But I think there's a way to like message your friends and family through the Virgin app. Almost everything on board is controlled through the Virgin app or through this tablet. So there's a lot of technology that you have to use. You're gonna have to be connected to the Wi-Fi to make use of their app. But that is like where all of your dining reservations and everything are made. So just be tech savvy, download their app in advance. They do a lot of tutorials and stuff to help you understand what there is to do on board, but it does take a long time to get used to. The final things on this desk, so we've got some drinking glasses. They have water in the room, which is so nice because I hate at the end of a long day having to go out and find water on board. So I'm hoping that they'll refill that, you know, every day. They've got 2 things. So they've got this corkscrew bottle opener. It says Virgin Voyages on it. This part, I believe. Yeah. This unscrews and is a little baby corkscrew. So I guess you can use it while you're on board, but if you want to take it home, it's $25. And every room's gonna have one of these guys. Oh, I thought maybe he would squeak. His name is Ink, and he wants to come home with us, but if he does, it's $12. So some fun features in the room, just know that both of those, if you decide to take them home, it will cost you. So one thing you may have noticed that is very different from any other cruise line we've been on, there's a bed and this 1 seat here, and that's the only seating we've shown you. Because the bed does turn into a couch, there isn't another couch that's open all the time, but there is this chair, which is great for like getting ready in the morning or watching TV or just sitting somewhere else that is not the bed. Let's see if it's comfortable at all. Kind of feels like a hammock chair or something, but it's pretty comfortable. This cushion definitely helps. But again, just a nice place to sit in the room that's not the bed if the bed is not turned into a couch. You guys, when we walked in, the first time we opened our door, the most amazing thing happened and introduced us to the view off of our balcony. I have not seen this anywhere else, but it feels so luxurious. You ready? It's like magic. So that's gonna open, you know, your blackout curtains, and then you've still got some nice like sheer curtains here. Who needs those? Let's go check out the view. If I can get them open. I think this ship is still so new, it's hard to open those things. As I mentioned, this is a balcony stateroom. This is why you book this room. It's for the view and your your veranda out here to look at the beautiful ocean. Right now we haven't sailed away from port yet, so we're actually looking into the city of Barcelona. We can see the Sagrada Familia from our room. I mean, this is fantastic. Out here you're gonna have 2 chairs and this small little dining table. But the thing that Virgin is known for, and I'm so happy to see that our room has one, are their hammocks. So let's see if I can figure out how to get it down and so that we can use it throughout our voyage. So they've just got a little hook that you can hook it onto so that it doesn't sail away or flop around while you're sailing. Let's see. I think we're gonna go like this. This is where I'm gonna be for the rest of the cruise. If you've enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave us a comment below and hit that subscribe button to see all the other features of this beautiful ship. Now, I'm gonna be here taking a nap, but we'll leave you with these beautiful views.